Hey there, welcome along to another video. I hope I find you well this fine morning. And we've weathered this storm Doris, or as I keep accidentally calling it, Dora the Explorer. But we've got a box opening and review for you today. So without further ado... Let's take a look at what I've got. And this is catalogue number 33182. And this is one of Bachmann's salt wagons. And it's got the cottage roof to the wagon. And this was actually out a little while ago. It's not a rare item. They do still crop up. And the thing that I always liked about this particular wagon is the colour. I'm just a sucker for greens and blues. So when I saw this, it was bought for me as a present by Zoe. And it's therefore got quite a special significance to me. When I was burgled, unfortunately, it did go walkabout, and through the kindness and generosity of some of you great viewers out there, I was actually sent a replacement, and then the original did actually turn up. The police did recover it, so I'm eternally grateful for the love that was shown to me when that happened. But we're going to open this up and get it out. So pretty standard Bachmann box. Just put that to one side. I hasten to add, in case you're wondering why the decor in here is different, for technical reasons, we're doing this review from the office, Zoe's little game lair. So bear with me if things look a bit different. We're going to put that plastic to one side, and we've got these. This is sort of like a foam, and it's just to protect the wagon itself from damage in transit. And we can see there this peaked roof. Now, the catalogue number starting with the 33, what that signifies is that this is actually an older designed Bachmann wagon, and there's not many of the 33-XXX catalogue number still in circulation. And really it's just down to how good these models were when they first came out, that the salt wagons are one of only 3, maybe 4 that I can think of that are still being made in the Bachmann range. And actually they do hold their own pretty well. Now, one thing you will notice from the 33 catalogue number is that it has got the narrow couplings, but we have these just on a screw-on bar rather than in NEM pockets. So if you're wanting to change these couplings to KDs, you're going to have to do a bit of the old bodgery there just to get it all to come together. What we also notice is that the underframe detail is a little bit more simplistic, but we do have the stretcher bars running from the axle boxes, and that is a nice touch, and actually it's one of the things that goes into making this such a nice model. Now, the detail that we see in the livery application is nice and crisply done, and just like the 7, 8 and 9 plank wooden wagons that Bachmann have done, these originally came out in an awful lot of very colourful liveries. They were also quite long lasting. Those of you who remember the days of Hornby Doubler will remember that they did their variant of this in Saxa Salt livery, and certainly I have seen the Bachmann model turn up in a Saxa Salt livery, but this just really caught my eye. Snowdrift Salt. And well, let's have a look. We've got some details about where it's empty to, Stafford Common. We've got running number and all sorts of other little details that really do bring this livery alive. And we've got the ironwork picked out in black as per the real things. And really, the planking detail as well is pretty crisp. For its day, this must have been the pinnacle of the 33-XXX models in the Bachmann range, and I can really see why it has persisted. One of the areas where it isn't accurate is that there's no sign of the roof doors that the real wagons actually had. And it's interesting to note that certainly with the later releases, Bachmann tried to give a representation with printed on detail, and it's arguable that it didn't really work, especially given the coping strips for the rain that goes on the edge there. So on this model, it predates Bachmann trying to represent that, and actually in many ways I think it probably looks better like this. And if you really want a representation of the roof doors, it's probably something that you can overlay yourself with scribed very thin plastic card, and it would probably look a lot better. It does not have sprung buffers, but then there's not really much in the way of rolling stock which does, and you know my stance on this, it isn't really necessary. It's a lovely model. It's held together, single screw at the bottom, and it really still holds its own, given that it probably dates back to maybe even the early 1990s, if not before. So in terms of value for money, the prices have gone up, just like an awful lot of the Bachmann range has, but they can still be found for under £10, and certainly second hand. Bachmann has produced so many variants of these that you can find yourself an awful lot of these for under a £5 really quite easily. And this particular livery variant is not difficult to find, so if you like what you see here, they are out there. The wheels themselves, standard split spoke wheels, metal. Certainly I think if you find yourself an earlier version of this model, you'll find the fatter couplings, but these can easily be replaced with just changing them for the packs that Bachmann sells separately, and the wheels as well can also be easily changed and are interchangeable with the more modern releases. Certainly Harbin Hobbies has produced limited edition versions of liveries exclusive to Scotland, but this was in the general main range. There's not really much else that I can say to you about this model. It is a fine model in a very colourful livery, and certainly some of these salt wagons, even though they are an earlier model from the Bachmann range, certainly still holds its own against some of the competition and provides a much needed variety in your private owner rakes. And certainly, for example, in terms of the Saxa salt wagon, they were long lasting, and I believe that they lasted in general use in parts of Scotland for example, the Leith General Warehousing Company through until the 1960s. Anyway, I hope you found this video informative. Don't forget to like it, share it too, and also subscribe to the channel, and you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they come up. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this with me. You take very good care of yourself, enjoy yourself over this weekend, and this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying until next time, bye for now.